Okay guys, I'm back with the last card in the kit. This is my October Stamp of the Month Club card kits, and I'm just running you through the kit so that you know what to do when you get them. Again, this is Best of Times, a Muse Studio stamp set. Comes with the card kit. You get the kits. This is the card kit for this card, and I wanted to draw your attention to this. What I did was I put an embellishment bag in with this card. So you've got the yellow buttons for this card, but the orange buttons for the autumn card. Your twines are both in here. I threw in extra twine, extra buttons, just for you to play around, pick which button you like. There's a little extra twine for another project. What I wanted to show you about this one here, besides the embellishment bag, is that when you get this card kit, there's going to be two different craft pieces, and you want to be careful which one you use. This wider craft piece is to stamp your trees for the card, and this more narrow strip is for your sentiment. So don't mix those two up when you're stamping. And then when you get this card kit, the grassy slope is already cut for you. I recommend you take some white cardstock, trace that out on the white cardstock, and then cut it out and make yourself a template. And I labeled this one 3-inch grassy slope template. Then you don't have to guess and make these slopes again. I'll be ready for you with that template. Okay, so let me pack this kit up and show you this card. This is the card that it makes. The sentiment says, "Let us lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing we see." I thought that would be perfect with the Muse Studio cloud paper. So this one is pretty simple here. I've got the cloud paper and a cherry layer, and I'm just going to adhere those two flat together. Just centering the panels and stacking them. And then this cloud and cherry panel can be adhered to the craft card. Okay. And then this little grassy slope here, can add that on across the bottom where the cherry and the sky meet. You'll see a big square piece of cardstock like this. This is for your birds. I stamped a bird from Avian Notes, so if you'd like to add that stamp set onto your order, you can just email me, or I'll add it onto the next order if you'd like to have it, or just a little bird. If you've got one from another stamp set, that's great. Again, this is from Avian Notes. It also comes in the starter kit, the Muse Studio starter kit, and it's $99 to get started with the Muse Studio right now, and they do an excellent sampler set. You get 4 CD cases just packed with Muse Studio images from all different sets. It covers, you know, tens and tens of sets, maybe 40 or 50 different stamp sets. You just get a little sample of all the different sets. Makes it really easy to start your business. You don't have to own all the sets. And that's where I got my little bird. It actually came in my sampler kit. Okay, I just cut the bird and I put a little foam adhesive on. And now we're gonna make the trees. You got a little sage scrap here, and that is enough for 2 tree tops. I'm using a Muse Studio Grass ink on the sage cardstock, so you need a little bit darker green. You should be able to stamp 2 or 3 little tree tops on there. And then before I trim it out, I'm going to grab some French roast ink, and I'm going to stamp in the details of the branches. So I'm just stamping with French roast over the grass, right off the edge. And while I've got that stamp and I'm going to stamp the tree trunks on the craft. And really you only need the trunk. So stamp 2 and then flip it over. And then we're going to cut these guys out kind of close. And this is a nice easy cut just up the trunk of the tree. And then you don't need all this detail, just something to adhere the top of the tree to. So I'm going to follow down, and then so it's really pretty much just cutting the trunk straight out. Okay, there's one. Then hang on, I'm going to cut this other one out. And I'm just going to do the same with these little guys. I'm going to zip around them kind of close using my scissors. I didn't even bother to see if there was a nestability circle or a punch that would punch it out. I guess I should have, but I did cut these out. If I find that there's a punch that works or a nestability circle that works, I'll make a note of that if I think of it, but I'm not opposed to cutting, so just cut that little guy out. Hang on, I'm going to cut these two out and then I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back and I've got all of those cut out. See, it only took a second. I'm going to add a little adhesive to this part that we left on the tree and then line it up continuously. So there you go, we just built a little multicolored tree. Same here, a little adhesive. Line this guy up and adhere it down. Now, just putting the card together here. I think I need a new one of these. I knew that was going to happen. I love these Tombow adhesives. Just click in a new one when you need it. Alright, so I'm going to take one of these trees and I'm going to glue it down flat with the Tombow. And then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to pop it up. So I'm going to use kind of a bigger one here, and then I'm going to take this one that's got all the dots already cut out of it and not waste a single bit of that. I just cut a long little strip off of there and I'm going to put it right here to support the trunk of this tree. Okay. Peel the release tape there and then add them. I'm going to add them so that they overlap. And the bird is already cut and foam taped. We're going to hide that little guy in the shelter of the tree. Last is our sentiment. Again, I'm going to use, oh, well, not last because I still have my button sun. I'm going to ink up the sentiment with the French roast, Studio French roast. And then at the end here, I'm going to stamp it down and then I'm going to trim off the end of the dovetail. Got some cherry baker's twine here, and then I'm going to just wrap it repeatedly, lots of times. 4 or 5 I think would be good. Okay, got that all wrapped up. And I'm going to tie it off with a bow. My bow's a little twisty. That's okay though. I'll straighten it out. Okay. Trim off the excess. Isn't that a cutie? Alright, and then I'm going to add, that was the adhesive that was left from the tree. Add a few little foam adhesives. Here to the bottom. And then last I took one of the buttons from the Not Your Grandma's Bag of Buttons. This is a buttercup button. I flossed it with a little bit of red and white baker's twine. Added some strong adhesive. I used the super sticky tape. And added on, kind of like a sun. There it is. Let's lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing we see.